Well, it's the end of an era for children's television. Hey guys, this is Nate Adenusi, and today I am discussing the impending shutdown of Universal Kids, NBC Universal's children-oriented TV network. On January 7, cable providers sent out a message to their customers stating that Universal Kids would cease broadcasting on March 6, 2025, or somewhere around that time. The reason is that Comcast intends to conglomerate NBC Universal Networks into one company. Before I get into my thoughts, let's talk a little bit about the history of Universal Kids. In October of 2004, after the unsuccessful run of the 24-hour PBS Kids channel that launched in 1999, PBS entered a partnership with Comcast, Hit Entertainment, and Sesame Workshop to launch a preschool network called PBS Kids Sprout that would replace the failed channel. The lineup would consist of children's programming from PBS, Hit Entertainment, and Sesame Workshop. PBS Kids Sprout launched on September 26, 2005. The channel reached a total of 16 million households at launch, already surpassing and almost doubling the 9 million households that had PBS Kids channel. In 2011, Comcast acquired 51% of NBC Universal from the now defunct General Electric, and then assumed the last 49% of the company that they didn't own in 2013. NBC Universal acquired PBS's share of PBS Kids Sprout that year. The PBS Kids branding was removed, shortening the channel's name to simply Sprout. On May 1st, 2017, NBC Universal announced that Sprout would be relaunched as Universal Kids on September 9th of that year. The new channel would target a wider demographic while still carrying preschool programming. Originally, Universal Kids produced its own programs, but in 2019, due to declining viewership, they moved away from producing original content and instead started relying more on shows from third-party companies as well as shows from DreamWorks Animation Television. It was recently announced on January 7th that Universal Kids would shut down in March of 2025 after being on the air for nearly 20 whole years. Now, Sprout was a really nostalgic channel. Out of the three channels I would watch regularly when I was a child, Nick Jr., Disney Jr., and Sprout was the most nostalgic for me. I remember watching a lot of shows on the channel like 64 Zoolaine, Astro Blast, The Berenstain Bears, Bodge, Caillou, The Chica Show, Chloe's Closet, Earth to Luna, The Good Night Show, Just in Time, Noodle and Doodle, Olive the Ostrich, The Sunny Side Up Show, Super Y, and Wibbly Pig. They also aired theatrically released movies like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Happy Feet, and Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs. I also remember watching the hour-long Snooze-a-thon on demand. In the final month of my 2016 to 2017 school year, I would work on my desktop computer while my TV was tuned into Sprout. When Sprout rebranded as Universal Kids in September 2017, the shows that were still airing on Sprout at the time remained. As time went on, those shows were removed one by one. Currently, the only shows that aired before the rebrand that are still being shown to this day are Ruff, Tweet and Dave, Flugos, Masha and the Bear, and rarely The Chica Show. Finally, in January 2025, it was reported that Universal Kids would cease broadcasting in early March. So, what are my thoughts on this? Am I sad that Universal Kids is closing down? Not really. I mean, yes, Universal Kids was originally my favorite childhood channel, but a lot of the shows that aired on Sprout are off the air in the US, so the news doesn't really impact me. In fact, a majority of the shows I watched during my childhood are nowhere to be found on the air. Maybe during its final weeks, they could bring back some of those old Sprout shows. That'd be really nice of them. You could say that this is the shutdown of Cubo all over again. Because Cubo went off the air earlier than expected from some affiliates, including mine, I didn't get to see the shutdown for myself. Just so I don't miss the shutdown of Universal Kids, I will stay tuned into the channel by the time March begins. I will also be recording commercial breaks every day from March 1st until the shutdown on March 6th. It may not be as remarkable as Sprout, but rest in peace Universal Kids. You were built upon a channel that was a big part of my childhood. What are your thoughts on the shutdown of Universal Kids? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.